Wondering how to turn your dreams of entrepreneurship into a reality? Take the mystery out of success, clear the fog of failures, and use speaking to create a six-figure business. Learn the success strategies of international speaker and business coach Katya Ravi. Learn business from brave to rave.
Bonjour. I want to thank you so much. Guys, you are getting very active. I'm very grateful for the questions I receive about many different things, about business, about how I do my business. And so today I'm going to tackle a question I received, which was, what do I ask my clients before working with them? And I was very grateful to receive that question. It's not a question that I think about very often, but if I go back through my file, I mean, there are some questions that I always ask. So I thought I would answer this question today and go over what is really important and what do I really ask my client before I even start working with them. Number one, do you really, really want it? I think going into entrepreneurship and having a business sometime, is something that we can take a look at as fun, and we're going to be able to work with our own schedule, and we're not going to have a boss anymore, and nobody else is going to bother us, and we're going to be able to, for women, doing laundry or cooking in between the day, and we'll be home when our kids, if we have kids, are coming home from school. And for guys, I'll be able to go to the gym, or I'll be able to, take the dog out. Or I think there's such a misconception of that. Entrepreneurship is really, is hustling. And we have to have a schedule. We have to really want it. I think really that's, so I do ask my clients if they are just at the starting point is, hey, do you really want this? And everything that comes with it, the challenges, the non-fun part. There is the fun part, of course, but there is a lot of the non-fun part that people don't really talk about. The second question that I ask is, have you saved enough money? Do you have savings? What is your plan? This is what happened a lot, is either people are just fed up with their job and they stop working. They decide it's a good time, but they have absolutely no plan they think they're going to make money right there at the beginning, which sometimes it's the case, but a lot of time it's not. You need to have a substantial amount of savings to be able to invest in the business, to invest in a coach, in investing in equipment, or something like G Suite, or something like a CRM, or like you need to have some kind of funds. If you don't, I really think it's not a great way to start. So either having saving or having a credit card, then you're going to focus, this is going to be the fund that I used, or, having like family, invest into your business. But my second question is really, do you have savings? The third question I always ask is, what are your goals? What are your goals for this business? Is this going to be a hobby? Or is this going to be really like your main business? A lot of time I see people who do a business, but on the side. And I see that so much. I'm seeing online everywhere, people are just like, yeah, I have this new business and I have this but are you doing it? And it's okay to doing it part-time at the beginning, sideways of keeping your job. That way you look at your job as a way of financing your business. But what is the goal in the long run? And I think from the start, excuse me, from the start, you kind of need to have an idea. That way, the way you conduct your business is going to be a little bit different. If you just know, then for the rest of your life, it's going to be a sidekick. Or if you want to actually do this, full time at one point, and your goal is maybe to quit your job. My fourth question is your family on board? This is a big one, guys. A lot of time, people actually talk to me before they even talk to their spouse or their kids, or not that your kids have to give your an approval, but truly, there is something about having the support of your family. There's something about having the support of your family, of everybody knowing then this is what you do. Because when you say, hey guys, I can't do that because I am busy, or no, I can't make it because I have a client, everybody need to be on board. So make sure then you talk to your family and see if everybody is on board. And really, one of my last question is, why do you want it? Why do you want to have your own business? And let's go back to, is it just because of making it easy? Is it because you want to have an easy schedule, or you want to, for me, that's huge. Why do we want something? Because the days where it's going great, it's gonna not really matter much. But the days where you're gonna struggle, you have to remember, why am I doing this? What is the long-term goal? Why did I get into this? And I think that's probably one of the main question. Then I stay there for quite a bit, because it's very important. It's important to remember your why, to remember why do you want to start this. And the questions, the answer to this question varies. I had some people who said, I want my kids to have a choice to where they go to college. I have some people who said, I never had any money growing up, and I want to be able to have, some money, who's mine, and I can control. For some people, I just want to be able to make it to my kids' soccer game. And I'm tired of working so hard for someone else. I want to, if I'm going to work hard, let it be working for me. And that, I think, guys, is a huge, huge part of success. Remembering why we do this is number one priority. The days where it's not going to work, the days where you're going to be like, oh my gosh, why on earth am I dealing with this? You need to remember your why. So I thought actually I would share some of my goals and why I went into business with you guys today. I am the daughter of two entrepreneurs. Some of you guys have heard my dad, then I interviewed over the holidays at Christmas. And entrepreneurship is something I have always wanted. I have the need for it. And I have had many different businesses until I realized then what I loved about business is really to create the business. To create the business and looking at the strategy inside the business, which, of course, me being a business coach is the perfect job for me. And I love to speak. I absolutely love and adore being on stage and really motivate people to know that entrepreneurship does not have to be so hard. And it is hard. It is a lot of work. But I think sometimes we make it so much harder because we are not as organized as we could be. If you're gonna have it hard in the right kind of hard, if that makes any sense, versus the wrong kind of hard. And that's a huge component of really of why we go into business. So I do love. I have been doing this for many years now, and I absolutely love it. I wouldn't do anything else. The part for me was who was important was to really set up my business. That's where I would be able to do it from anywhere. So I am actually, while you guys are listening to this, I will be in Italy. And I will have done my keynote. But since this is, in all honesty, obviously a pre-recording, I am actually leaving today. And wanted to make sure then, the podcast would, of course, be recorded and will go live for you guys right on time. But this is it. This is the best part of my business. It's the fact that I can travel and I go and speak. I get paid to do this. And in the meantime, I get to take, my daughter, my youngest daughter, I get to take her along. So 2 days of work and 5 days of play is what this trip to Italy is going to be like. I wish I could take everybody. I wish I could extend it to more people. But right now, this is going to be. I think this is a great time for her and I, anyway, to bond. She is 14, and this is something I'm looking forward to. But this is truly the life I want. This is the life I'm setting up my business to be, and I will be coaching. I will be coaching while I'm there. Of course, I have the internet, and this is the life then I want. When all kids are out of the house, this is the goal: being able to travel, being able to coach from anywhere, being able to just hop on a plane and go speak somewhere and maybe stay there for 3 weeks or a month. This is truly the goal. And this is knowing the goal and knowing what I want and what is the end result after, obviously, I don't have any more kids in the house, is how do I strategize and how do I put in place everything to be able to have the business set up that way. When you have your end goal and you end result in some way than you want, it's really helpful to really build your business around that. For me, all of my coaching, whether people are local or not, all of my coaching is on Zoom. Why? Because, well, first of all, I actually do believe Zoom is better in a way. Then there's absolutely no distraction. We're not in a coffee shop. We're not in a library. We're not anywhere. There's no distraction. When people are on Zoom, they're just focused on you. And I believe then they get more of their coaching than in person. The second part is it's recording. When I have Zoom session with client, it's recorded, so they actually get to keep it. And even for client where after a couple of years, after 3 years, and they move on to a different coach when they make usually more than $300,000, I send them to another coach. And they still have their recording. They always can go back to their fundamental. And I think that's priceless. So being able to set up my business that way, setting it up for my clients that way, makes it then I can answer email from anywhere. I can coach from anywhere. I mean, I'm going to be on my honeymoon in June, and I am going to have to coach. We are leaving for quite a long time because we actually can. We can operate the business out of being remote, and for me, truly, that's important. And I look forward to having grandkids one day, and whether it's my children or my stepchildren, I cannot wait for their kids to come and visit, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, this next 6 months, if they know that I'm in one part of the world, they can come and visit and show them around. And I have been big on experiences since my children have been small. I'm not a gift person. I'm not a buying gift person. I do, however, love to give experiences. And that's something then I pride myself, because I believe then, my children do remember these things. And my parents, or my fiance, or my stepkids. I mean, everything. It's all about experiences. And I do believe then, when you set yourself up, being able to really live with what you believe, this is the key. So again, all of those 5 questions, to recap, is then I ask my clients before working with them is, do you really want it? Do you have savings? Do you have a way of paying for things? Do you have a credit card who's going to be able to be your business credit card? And what are your goals? Is your family on board? And why do you want it so bad? So this is kind of, what's the what I do when I talk to people before working with them, and that's kind of pretty much. Please do keep these questions coming. I absolutely love them. If you're wondering how to do that, you can always first of all, please subscribe. Second of all, please leave rating, podcasts and shows and all of these things. We do operate on rating, and I see then we have a huge amount of download and from many people. But having a subscribe or having some rating would really help us out. So please do so, whether you're on Spotify, whether you're on iTunes, or any of the other platform. And go ahead and tag us. Take a photo, or share on social media our post. And then and you can always on Instagram find me and PM me some question, like this question who just came last week from Instagram. From someone who just started to follow us and said that they wanted to know what question I was asking to my client before working with them. With all of this, I'm going to go and finish my packing. I'm almost done. And then I will be heading out to Rome, Italy. And I will do some lives from there. That way you guys can see where I'm going to be doing the keynotes and all of that. Hopefully the internet and Wi-Fi will be working in our favor. Europe is never really fun because of that. I hope you're having a great day, and I wish you a great week. Au revoir.